Hello, my dears and my darlings. This is going to be a message for the next 24 hours. It will be labeled as September 13th, but we're setting the intention for the next 24 hours from whenever you happen to see the message. So we're going to just jump in here and see what's coming up here for the collective. Not feeling it. We're getting more than one card. Okay, there we go. That's a clear sticker upper. All right, okay. So, all right, don't cringe, because some of you are watching this because you're really used to watching love readings. And if you're really used to watching love readings, this card gets, unfortunately, a very unfair and bad rap, but it's not at all. Okay, if you're used to watching love readings, you may see the Knight of Cups and you may kind of cringe and think of, oh, somebody's being a player. Like, oh, somebody's being a player. Somebody's a Don Juan, somebody's being a womanizer. Now, this card can mean that sometimes, depending on what we're asking and depending on the other cards that come up with it and the energy that's coming up in the reading, which is up to the reader to feel out intuitively. But, okay, if you're new to my channel, I don't focus only on love and romance, especially in the dailies and the weekly forecasts. Once a month, I do a love reading. You can check that out. It's linked in the description for the September love reading. But the Knight of Cups, okay, is about the pursuit of beauty, the pursuit of adventure, the pursuit of the things that makes the heart smile. So sometimes this is a card that can come up when we're turning our attention towards fulfillment. Like we kind of feel like life is a little lackluster. We might be feeling like things are a little bit stagnant. But in my experience, when I'm not asking about love and this card comes up and we're not talking about love, this is a card I see come up when your heart is beginning to open up to receive and you're beginning to see beauty around you. You're beginning to see possibility and potential around you. You're beginning to feel curious about certain subjects and hobbies, and you're just like, oh, that would be cool to do, or that would be cool to learn, or hey, I'd love to go check out this place. These are the little kind of like pebbles that our angels and guides set down to get us moving and to bring us to the places and the people that are for us, that we're asking for, that we're praying for. So this is a good time to pay attention to your inclinations. This is a good time to pay attention to the little what is it called? I think like in the UK they call it a negling. My UK people, let me know if I'm using the right word. Is it a negling or a niggling? But there might just be something like a certain curiosity or like something that keeps popping up in your mind or something that's piquing your interest. And so this is a good time to pursue those things because we're being led. We're being led towards movement. We're being led towards change. We're being led towards happiness. I do sometimes see this card come up for people who are getting unblocked financially, okay? Where maybe for a long time finances have been really hard for you, or there hasn't been much inflow coming in, and you begin to all of a sudden see beauty around you. You begin to all of a sudden be like, oh, I never noticed how beautiful the traffic lights were on the bus ride home. I never noticed those little flowers that are pushing their way through the cracks in the concrete on the sidewalk. That's so inspirational. That's so motivational, right? I never noticed how beautiful the color blue is. I never noticed how beautiful this color is. Or like you start to see beauty in magic in very simple, everyday things. This is one of the first things that happens when we're opening up to receive. We begin to receive the beauty and the magic around us. And things might even look very different to us um, physically, right? And this is because you're getting grounded and you're coming into your heart space. I know for a long time I was very much on autopilot, and I was coming out of a dumpster fire life. And so when I experienced this Knight of Cups energy, I would kind of laugh because, like, I was like, did I smoke? Like, and I know I hadn't been smoking, but it was kind of like that effect of like, whoa, look at those colors, or like, whoa, look at my hand, and I was like, what is going on? And it might kind of feel that way. It might just kind of feel like you're seeing things for the first time, or you're seeing things through a different lens. Uh, but this could definitely be something that some of you are experiencing in terms of love and romance. If you are focused on love and romance and you see the Knight of Cups, this could be a message of love for some of you. There could be someone who's approaching you and is like, hey, I've been noticing you. I want to get to know you better. I want to take you out. Sometimes this could be somebody who's coming in and taking initiative here to try to date or get to know you better. Now, as I said, some people see this card and they immediately think of someone who's just playing around and playing games. Something we need to know, and this is for those of you who are focused on love or who are curious about love, something we need to know about the Knight of Cups. The reason why we sometimes see Knight of Cups as like a flighty person or someone who's a player. In my experience, typically this is not someone who's a player, but this is someone who might be seeking validation. And the Knight of Cups is not going to go after low-hanging fruit. The Knight of Cups is going to go after someone that they feel like this person is kind of a challenge, right? They're not going and they're not jumping into bed with just anybody. So if this person pays attention to me, like this is a quality person, they're selective. If they pay attention to me, then that means I am worthy. That means I'm a good catch. That means that I'm better than these other options that are out here. So the Knight of Cups will set their sights on this person and they will put them on a pedestal. They may be very romantic. They may pursue them. And then once they get that validation, that adrenaline kick that they get, or that validation that they get, that little high that they get, it begins to diminish and they begin to doubt themselves again. And so they may set their sights on something else. Sometimes it's another person, sometimes it's another relationship. And so for that reason, they get labeled as being a player. Whereas in my experience, oftentimes this is someone seeking validation. And the validation and that little high that they get doesn't last long. And then they go on to something else. If you're like Amethyst, this is happening to me right now. Like, I want to settle down. I want a serious relationship. But I keep getting the stereotypical Knight of Cups. Well, if this is happening to you, it's happening to you because the universe is trying to teach you that you deserve to be put up on a pedestal. You deserve attention. You deserve romance. You deserve to be pursued. But the other side of that is you have no obligation to do anything that you don't want to do or you're not comfortable doing, or not to try to control the situation. And what do I mean by that? Well, maybe I can get this person to be more serious, or maybe I can get this person to stay if I go to bed with them, or if I do certain things in bed for them, or if I, do this, or if I do that, and we start trying to navigate. The lesson here is stop trying to navigate and allow yourself to receive attention and compliments. But stay on your pedestal. Don't come down from there, thinking that if you come down from there and do certain things, you're going to get this person to become more serious. Or that, well, they did something nice for me, so I'm obligated. I'm obligated to go out with them again. I'm obligated to spend hours on the phone with them. I'm obligated to sleep with them. You're not obligated to do anything. So if you find yourself in a situation where you keep getting these stereotypical Knight of Cups coming up to you, this is what your universe is trying to teach you, is you can receive and say thank you and not feel obligated to do anything outside of that. You didn't ask for that. That's not teasing. That's not taking advantage. Taking advantage would be if you were dealing with a Knight of Cups kind of person and you're like, well, I don't know if I'm interested in you. But if you go get me that new Rolex, or you go get me those, sneakers that, or I don't know, designer, $300 shoes, or you go get me that Prada bag or whatever, if you got me that, and, then I would, be in the mood, or then I would, take you seriously. And this person goes and does that for you and you don't deliver, that would be wrong. that would be teasing someone. That would be stringing somebody along. But if somebody is coming to you and offering you a kindness or offering you a generosity, you can say thank you and you can receive that. And if it gets to the point where you realize, okay, this person is keep trying because they're trying to get something out of me that they're not going to get out of me, well, then you gave them a chance. You got to know them. You felt out the situation. You realized it's not the right person for you. And you can let that person know at that time, thank you, but I see you as a friend. Or, thank you, but I don't see us as compatible, or whatever it might be. So if you're dealing with this Knight of Cups energy, stereotypical Knight of Cups energy, you have to learn that balance right now. You have to learn that balance of deservingness and receiving and not feeling obligated. And when you see that, okay, well, somebody has certain intentions, I don't have the same intentions, and you can cut that off, or you can let that person know. I'm going to be honest with you. In the energy of the card, I don't feel that stereotypical typecast Knight of Cups energy. I don't feel the energy of someone who's looking to be validated. I don't feel the energy of somebody who's looking to go from person to person. I'm not getting that vibe in this card. But I just needed to clarify for those of you who have that drilled in your head from the years of tarot videos that you've probably been seeing. This is not a bad card. This is not a bad person. But overall, this is, as I said, the heart opening up for beauty, for romance, for adventure. It's like, being in this quest for fulfillment, for satisfaction, for excitement even. And so some of you may be going on some kind of a personal adventure. This could be the beginning of some kind of a personal adventure or a quest. For some of you, there could be someone coming forward and offering you romance. Okay? We need things to mature, right? So if they're showing up as the Knight, that doesn't mean that the Knight won't mature into the King, right? It's very rare somebody's going to come to you and be like, let's get married, down on one knee. So this could be the beginning of a romance. In an existing relationship, this could be the return or the revival of romance. But overall, the heart opening up to beauty and to positive experiences. If you want to check out the weekly forecast for this week ahead is a little bit different. You guys know I lost my voice. I'm a little bit behind on the private readings. I'm trying to catch up. So for this week, we have a pick a card or pick a deck format. And then in a few days, hopefully, God willing, knock on wood, if nothing else comes at me, hopefully I can get out the weekly forecast for the coming week a little bit early and be back to our regular format where it's a video for each zodiac sign. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. I hope you all have a fabulous week ahead, or a fabulous day, I should say, and hope to see you in tomorrow's message. Take care and be well, my dears.